What up? This is High Definition Pod. That's podcast, that is. This is Maurice.
Yo, it's Torez.
And we are back for another episode. So y'all are going to be watching the premiere once again. We're dropping everything. So when y'all watch this tonight, which will be Tuesday, that's when we dropping it off. So be on the lookout for it. We're down there in the comments with y'all, so engage with us. T, how was your weekend, bro?
Weekend was great. Weekend was okay. Yeah, it was bittersweet. It was a good weekend though. Work was straight. Work was good. Production. It's just that
how's it bittersweet? It was Valentine's, bro.
I took a L on my shoes.
See you and your shoe game.
Hey man. Look, it's a healthy addiction. It's a healthy addiction, man.
You and your shoes.
I took an L on my Carmine, but I got a W on the Griffies. So
that's the ones you posted today.
Yeah, yes.
Gotcha.
But I think the Carmine's gonna hit the outlet because some of them are defective. Mm-hmm. So I'm waiting on that. Word. But it was good. I didn't get to spend any time with my wife as much as I wanted to. I gave her gifts literally on Thursday, because I had to work all weekend, of course.
Right.
So she enjoyed all her gifts, and then she had a game on Sunday, so I was basically knocked out when she got home.
Must be nice.
Yeah, but how about yourself, man? I mean,
so
your wife's birthday was Friday.
Yes. So the birthday was Friday. 2/12.
Hey.
So she wanted to do a grown and sexy dinner party. So we went to Firebirds out there in Greenville.
Good stuff.
So we went out there and then did some dessert at good old Cheesecake Factory.
Mm-hmm.
Just a real chill evening.
Huh.
So she got what she wanted. She been getting on my nerves about these AirPods. So I finally went and got her some.
Hey.
Don't be cutting your eyes over here, man. I see you over there.
And if you're wondering, yes, we do have Miss Thelma on with us this beautiful evening.
Yes.
So I'm going to be interviewing the both of you. So, ma'am, how was your birthday?
It was pretty good.
We got your husband's point of view. I want to get yours.
It was pretty good. I had fun with my friends, grown and sexy things going on. So
it's good. It's good to have those outings, man, just to make you feel good.
Yeah, man.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna be returning the favor like you did with us, me and my wife last year.
Okay, so here's the question though. Mm-hmm. I did y'all's around y'all anniversary. Why you want to do it so early?
I mean, we could have waited till May. Was it May? We could have waited till May.
But you wanted to do it this early.
We could have waited till May.
I'm good either way. I mean, we could have waited till May. This is February, the love month.
It is. I think that's why.
I mean, hey, that's cool.
Why we did.
I mean, this as well as just her birthday too. So we can say it's the birthday interview.
See, yes. Look at that. So there you go.
So you want to do it? We gonna do it like that.
There you go. So it's a birthday slash Valentine's.
I'm cool with that.
Oh. Valentine's Day. How was your Valentine's Day, guys?
It was real chill.
Awesome.
Real chill.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So good.
We literally didn't leave the house. So before we get into the whole
the shebang bang.
Yeah. Just so everyone knows, we do this every episode. This is High Definition Podcast. We are just a platform that's all about starting a conversation. We want to get you thinking. We're living in a society now where critical thinking is kind of shunned upon, and we want you to just think. Whatever topics we choose to discuss, we just want to get you thinking about it. That's all. Agree with us, disagree with us. We're cool with it. What we're not cool with is any form of disrespect. So if you come on our social medias, I'm just giving you fair warning. Well, excuse me, we're giving you fair warning. We do welcome agreement or disagreement. We will not welcome disrespect. If you come with the disrespect, you will get a VIP invitation to the block party. All right. So follow us on our social media handles. On IG, it's at high_definition_podcast, and on Facebook, of course, you already know. You're all watching us on Facebook. It's at High Definition Podcast, and on our email, it's highdefinition20@yahoo.com. I think I'm gonna start us a Gmail too, bro. So we can, when we go to YouTube,
yes, There it is.
Straight there.
So,
So, yeah, I probably should have did that first.
Yeah, it's all good.
It's all good. Yeah. So that's what we're about, y'all. Like I said, we just want to get y'all thinking, get the conversation started. We're not experts. That's another thing I forgot to mention. We're just students. We're still learning. We're still growing. We're still evolving. So we may come with one perspective, then life experience will have us learn something else, and then we might come back with a different perspective, or we may have a guest on that can take the conversation deeper. So we're not claiming to be experts in anything. We just want to get the conversation started and get everybody thinking. All right. So with that being said, Torez kind of already introduced our guest for the evening, but I'm gonna take it a little further. We are. This is none other than my bride, my wife, my love, my best friend.
It's real.
Yes. My safe place. This is the mother of my children. This is the one I spend the rest of my life with. She is, my everything. She's my heart. She's my rib. None other than Tilma, as her Facebook handle says, Sweet Kisses Simpsons. Hey. So we don't know what questions Torez is about to ask us. So
They have no clue.
we just the conversation today. We just kind of, I guess, telling our story or
Yeah, fact. That's pretty much it.
getting our perspective on how what we've learned. I'm assuming I'm just saying stuff. I don't know what he's about to ask us.
He's hitting it right on the head.
I don't
right
know
there.
what he's about to ask us at all.
So, first things first. How did you guys meet?
But you want to start this one with me?
So we met. We both was on that community choir together. Well, I was on the choir first, and then he came, and we met there at a rehearsal. That was the first time I saw him, and I was like texting my best friend because she's on soprano on the other side, and I was like, "Oh, he cute. He get a haircut first, and then
Oh yeah, that's when you was rocking the.
No,
you weren't that?
No,
Oh, it was rough.
I just roughed it that week. I didn't have no cut, bro.
I think he had just got off of work
No,
too. So.
not that day.
Not that day.
No, it wasn't that day. I just didn't go to the barbershop that day.
No, you really did get off of work because I remember you had on work clothes in your hair.
That's when I was working at Adidas.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So that's how we met.
Yeah. So basically we met at church.
Met at church on the choir.
Basically, it was just a community choir that we was on.
You both like to sing, so I mean that's awesome. But first impressions. She said you needed a haircut, so I pretty much got her impression of you.
Truthfully, I really wasn't paying her any attention.
Yeah.
You know what's wild? It's the same way with me.
Yeah. I truthfully wasn't paying her any attention.
Who shot the shot first?
That would be her. Okay, so I'm gonna tell this particular.
Go ahead.
I'll tell this part. So,
go ahead.
like she just said, she was texting a friend back and forth, and literally, so it was the next rehearsal. Mm-hmm. No, it wasn't. It was that same rehearsal. We all. Because I didn't actually sing at the first rehearsal. I just kind of get a feel for it. So that night we all went to eat at Pizza Inn. It was Apollo. It's Apollo's now, but it was Pizza Inn.
Yes.
So we all went there. I don't think she got to make it though.
Nope.
No, she didn't. So her best friend was there. She was like, I need to find Telma, man. The whole time, I promise you, the whole time she was saying it, she was staring at she was staring a hole in the side of my head. I'm like, why is this chick burning a hole in the side of my head? So apparently I didn't know at the time they had been texting about me. I was like, so time went on. I'm still working at Adidas, and I get this text message on my phone. This probably I first joined the group in 2008. This 2010. Mm-hmm. So I get a text on my phone. It's from her best friend Michelle. She's like, Maurice, I got somebody that wants to kind of talk to you. Is it okay if I give them your number? I was like, I kind of already knew it was her.
You skipping parts.
No, what part am I skipping?
Because I used to mess with him. Like, I used to be like, when you going to let me ride in your car?
I did get my car that time.
Yes.
I was
like, so can I get a ride in your new car? Are you going to let me ride? Or anything? He would never answer the question.
I wouldn't. Okay, so after that part, so she, I get a text from my friend. She like, "Hey, I got somebody want to talk to you." I'm like, "Okay." So then she shot me a little text or whatever. I shot her down. I was like, "I'm honestly not interested." So
No, you did not say that. You said at this
I'm just
point
messing the
in
story all the way
time,
up.
I'm not interested in being in a relationship because you were in a relationship and
I can't call that a relationship.
but
That was a
y'all was
situationship.
talking. Y'all was
But
talking.
it
So
was- it
I
never-
mean, well, y'all was talking or whatever, and it didn't go how you planned it to go, basically. So you told me you weren't ready to be
So I'm butchering the whole story.
in a relationship.
That's why you got your better half here. You know what I'm saying?
I'm just butchering
I
the whole
texted
story.
you and I was like, "Hey, this Telma. I just want to let you know how I feel about you and all this stuff like that." You
Yeah, she
missing
did.
a whole lot of stuff.
She pulled up from 3 like Curry.
Yeah, like, bro. I mean, it's nothing but net too. Okay, so I'm gonna keep trying to, even though I'm butchering the story.
And you know she gonna correct you even though it's all good.
I see.
It's all good.
I laid my heart on the table and he was like, "Nah." I was like, "Okay, well, we could just be friends then, you know."
So I told my homeboy I was working with about that. Okay, so I'm not gonna say the exact words that he said, but he said, bruh, basically he said, GD, it ain't like somebody telling you go marry the girl tomorrow.
Right.
He said, just go out on a date with her and see what it's gonna be like. So I said, you know what? I thought about it. I said, he probably right. So then from that point,
You skipping parts.
I'm still skipping parts. Man.
Yes, that was like
No, cause we went on. Okay.
we talked, we text before we went on our first date.
Okay, yeah, we did that.
Yeah,
I'm
we
just saying.
did that for a good minute.
Babe.
Which brings me to my next question. What did you do on your first date?
Went to Ruby Tuesdays, and then we went to go see what's that
That
boring
movie
movie?
was
What, Werewolf or
something like that.
Kendall worked at the movie.
Oh,
theater.
we're talking about with
yeah, he
Benicio
let,
del Toro.
yeah,
Del Toro.
he let us get in free. So
Bet. Spar 16.
no,
No.
we was working at the one at the mall.
Oh, okay. One
He
upstairs.
was working. No, he was not there.
Kendall was there.
I don't remember seeing him.
You only saw the werewolf.
Yeah, it was stupid.
I don't like that movie. That was a good movie.
That movie was
He
stupid.
picked it. I didn't pick it. I didn't.
Yeah. She
Yeah,
wanted
yeah,
she wanted to
yeah,
go. She
yeah.
wanted to go see something funny.
That shit had a thing of popcorn.
Nah, 'cause we just ate.
Wait,
Yeah,
that makes sense.
and I was gonna pay for our food. He wouldn't let me pay for it.
Wow, really?
Yeah.
See, me and Candice went Dutch.
Yeah, I'm kind of old school like that.
Nah, it's all good. Nah, that's cool. It's cool though. It's cool though.
Yeah.
And then he's skipping stuff like before he never was like invited to my house ever. So when we went on our date, he picked me up from my mama's house every time we went somewhere.
Smart man.
Yeah.
All right. All right. So you went on your first date. How did you know things were getting serious between you two? well, okay. Yeah. All right. So,
That's the question you should answer, and let me answer the last one.
Okay. I think we both could answer this one. I think it really started. I guess for me, we kind of grew. It kind of started. We started growing to that point, and wow. At what point did we really start getting serious? Basically, I think once the kids really started becoming real attached, that was a major factor. But
so that the kids. So how? Let me see. What's the question I want to ask?
well,
you?
hold on. Let's finish that
Okay.
that point. But I think also, like I said, we kind of grew in that point, and it just kind of clicked to me. Like I really didn't want to look nowhere else,
Got you.
and because I got to know her.
We had some deep conversations.
Like, you know how people say you literally stay on the phone until somebody falls asleep, or all you hearing is somebody breathing. That was us. Like our relationship, it just started growing over time.
Yeah.
And it just got to the point where I say I can't really see myself being with nobody else.
It's beautiful, man.
We used to talk till he like get off of work. We talk all night, And I know a few times we talked till like he had to go to work the next morning on the phone.
I was at work, so sleeping.
Driving equipment too.
Bruh, no, I was throwing trucks at the time.
You was throwing trucks at the time? Oh, okay.
And they used to let two people get back. I said, bruh, I throw about till it got to about the halfway point. I said, bruh, look, throw the rest of this truck. Let me keep me a little nap here real quick. I ain't gonna lie, I used to sleep on the back of that truck.
hey, I used to do the same thing. Nothing wrong with that.
But I put that box down there. I said, look, you just let me know when we get to the end. We'll throw this one down at the end.
So the kids dynamic, what was your, I'm trying to figure out, how did you, all right, for me personally, I've tried to date women before I married, of course, that had kids, and it was a terrible situation for me. So how did you go about that, as far as how did y'all go about that? Because I know, sometimes you got to be selfish with your time, especially when you're trying to connect to someone. So how did y'all maneuver through that?
You want to answer them?
Well, let me just put this out here because he didn't say this from the beginning. That was his reasoning why he did not want to talk to me, because I had kids.
Got you.
He said he made a vow. I don't know if it was a vow or whatever, but he said to himself that he would never date a woman with children.
I think us young men always do that though.
Come in.
But you missing out.
I mean,
hey,
and
look where we at now.
we're kind of looking back at it. I think because me and her started dating, I wasn't, but what, 20? Yeah, I think I had just turned 21.
21.
Yeah, I think I had just turned 21.
Ooh,
Baby.
you making me look old.
You ain't but like a year older than me. Like it's like
No, it's not.
you was
It's
born,
almost 2 years.
but it ain't two. You was born in February '87. I'm born in October '88. So it's like right at the 2 year mark. But still, I was young. I wasn't thinking about dating nobody with no kids.
Yeah.
So it was just something to going into. We're gonna try to take it real easy. I don't want to jump into that real fast, especially with the whole other parent dynamic.
Yeah.
You don't want to be no drama or nothing like that. But yeah.
Yeah.
It went hard for me because while I was I wasn't pursuing men, they was trying to talk to me, because I had a few guys try to talk to me before I was talking to him, and I never let them around my kids. Like with him, like I said, he never came to my house for a while, and when he did get invited, my grandma was there.
Yeah, you took it out my mouth.
So my kids knew of him because we was at rehearsals together.
Got you.
But like as far as him being around them while we were talking, I didn't allow that, because I was the type of mom. I was like, yeah, these my kids, and I got to see what you about before you get around my kids.
Oh, definitely.
So, and then if they showed me that they weren't interested in my kids, then I wouldn't talk to them.
Oh no, that's being a parent.
Yeah, that was my number one thing. Like, we're a package deal.
There it is. You took that right out of my mouth. There, I was gonna say you're a package deal, and you said it. And that's yeah. I think like all young men, we go through that phase where we're like, nah, I don't want to jump into a relationship with a woman who has kids, and then, like you said, you could be missing out because on one, how a woman treats their kids lets me know how she could potentially love me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I believe that's what it opened his eyes. He saw how you were with your kids, how loving you were. I'm pretty sure he was like, I want to feel that love too. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, come.
Really, bro?
Yeah, man. Yeah. So getting on to like, when did you know that you were gonna get? Y'all were okay. Scratch that question. Tell us your engagement story.
I'm gonna let her take this one.
Okay, so we used to have conversations about us getting married. I told him, do not propose to me on no holiday. Don't propose to me on my birthday. Do not propose to me on Christmas. That was his initial thought. So he was going to propose to me on Christmas.
Hey.
And I told him no, because I feel like this is me. I want you to put some thought into my proposal. Like, just don't be like, oh, it's Valentine's Day, let me go get a ring. No, just put some thought into it. So I think he was saying he was going to take a photo shoot for his birthday, but his birthday was in October, and the photo shoot was scheduled for September. And then he tells me, well, Lee took our pictures.
Okay.
So
shout out to Smith Lee.
Shout out to Smith, man. The GOAT.
Somebody tag Lee in the photos in the comments so he can get this right here.
So he says, well, he didn't have any spots for October. The only spots he had was for September, and I was like, that's weird. But I ain't putting no thought into it, and I literally gave him ultimatum. I said, if you do not have my ring by December 31st this year, we done, because I'm not investing my time into another relationship, and I'm not going nowhere.
Wow.
We not going nowhere.
Yeah.
So one more scruples.
Yeah. So I was like, yeah, if you don't give me my ring, and all along, I think he said I was riding around with the ring in his car.
Because at the time her car was having some issues.
Gotcha.
So I let her drive my car, and kind of backtracking too. This the same year that we had just joined. At the time we were family worship, and because I joined in January of 2013, her and the kids joined April of 2013, and maybe like a month or two after that, me and Pop. Shout out to Apostle Ryan and Pastor Erica Magency from Citygate Ministries International.
Shout out.
Formerly known as Family Worship Ministries of Spartanburg. Probably like a month or two after she had joined, I had a little talk with Pop, and I said, Pop, I'm thinking about, popping the question to her. And me and her been talking. And he was like, one of the lines that really stuck out, he was like, it's imperative that, you try to get this done, because he already kind of knew. Me and him we had some talks. He knew we was. I talked about it on the last episode. We was kind of doing some stuff we weren't supposed to be doing. And he was like, it's imperative that you do this so you can get back and make sure you back in line with the will of God for your life. I said, okay. So I talked to my parents. I talked to them both together, and I talked to them separately just to get their mind on it. Just like what do I need to do, or what, just get their wisdom. And I hit her best friend up. I hit Michelle up. Shout out to my sis Michelle. I hit her up. She met me at K Jewelers. I said, I think, and no, she had already been talking to her. Like, what I need you to kind of find out what's the ring she's looking at, what kind she want. Michelle sent it to me. They had it at K Jewelers. We went. She like, yep, that's it. I signed up for a little K Jeweler credit card.
It was weird, because I think I kept calling and texting your phone, and I was like, why you ain't answering my phone? Why you ain't answering my text?
I'm glad we didn't have our
and
phones
when
back she would have tracked my
on red. Get left on red, boy.
So when she kept texting me, she was like, you like this ring right here? And I was like, no, I wasn't thinking about it.
Yeah.
But then when I had the ring on now, like when she sent me that, I said, that's it. That's the one I want right there.
Let me see that. Bruh. That's the... Never mind. That looks like the same ring I got my wife.
Hey.
So,
wow.
Yeah, I said, that's it right there. And then I kept calling him. I was like, I was texting her. I was getting mad. Because every time I get mad or something going on in my life, I always text her, because she know everything that happened. So I be like, what, Maurice making me so mad, because he is not answering my phone calls, and he not answering my text messages. I don't know where he at. And she was with him the whole entire time, and they was laughing about it. They thought it was funny.
It's kind of funny though, I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah. Yeah, she was mad at me about that one.
Dude, that's what's up. Like, so question, like, with the ring, it's like she was basically just texting.
I think we went and got the ring in like August.
Yeah.
So I had to hide the ring somewhere. I was like,
course.
yeah, I'd already had the ring, baby.
I didn't know that.
Yep. Nah, see, fun fact, you learn something new every day.
Ah.
Yeah, so we went and got the ring, because I remember it was still hot. We got the ring in August, and I'd already done planned when I was going to do the photo shoot, which happened to be like the day before my parents' anniversary. And I said, I got to hide this somewhere. I said, if I put it in my pocket, she going to know it's there.
Right.
I can't put it in the glove compartment. She riding around in the car. She probably going to have to go in the glove compartment at some point. So I put that mug in the trunk under the thing where the tire is at. I put it right up in there.
Smart man. She ain't gonna look in there.
I said, I know she ain't gonna go back there. If I got to come change the tire, I'm gonna be the one to take the tire out. So, yeah.
I just thought about something too.
What?
So before he actually went to go get the ring, I think me and him had a conversation about us getting married, and I was like, you know what, I think we need to, go ahead and keep talking about this. Like, are we really gonna get married? So his big thing was, I think he told me, he was like, I don't think I can afford, doing it. He big on about him, having to make payments on stuff. So at the time, he wasn't done paying on his car, right?
That's a man thing.
So me being the nice female that I am, girlfriend, I said, well, you know what? Because, I had some money. And I was like,
got down to that last payment.
Yeah, so you keep telling me about you having these payments on your car. I was like, how much is your car payment? Like, how much you got left on your car? And he told me, and I said, okay, well, here is your last payment of your car. I'm investing in me and your future.
Wow. Look at that.
Yep.
So you don't have no more excuses. If you want me to be your wife, you need to go do what you got to do.
Women, all right, pause. Y'all hear this? Investing in your future. Now, notice they had been dating for a while, all right? Talking for a while, dating for a while. They had that bond. This ain't no just started dating, I'm paying your bills type thing. This is, we already done laid the foundation here. We starting to build the house now, all right? Okay. Keep going. I'm sorry. Keep going.
And then also too, it kind of threw off too, because we had already done started doing premarital counseling before I actually proposed to her.
Yeah.
And she was like, "Why am I about to do this and you ain't even gave me the ring yet?" I was just like, "Just trust me."
I had a stank attitude. I was like,
she did.
But see, the reason behind me having a stink attitude, I'm just gonna do a little backtracking. I was supposed to marry my kid's dad.
Got you.
He called the wedding off the week of the wedding. So of course I'm gonna have.
Close your mouth.
So I wasn't saying that I brought that into our relationship, because my big thing was when we decided to be in a relationship, because we was friends for about almost a year. I told him, I said two things: do not hurt me, and don't tell me no lie. We always gonna tell each other the truth. So until this day, he still upholds to those two things. Because in my last relationship, that's what happened. So I was like, don't do that to me. And when he would never, like, I don't think we really got into it about us getting married, but it was like, why? I was almost like, why am I doing this? Because when I put everything I had in me into the old relationship, I didn't get good results.
Right.
So I was like, why am I going to marriage counseling and you ain't proposed? You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So I had a stank attitude the whole time about it, but I didn't know that he was already like, yeah, I'm finna marry you.
Nah, that's rightly so. I mean, that situation's very, whew, wow. That's the magnitude of that. And then you put this brick wall up, and then you, bro, you with the trust that you that she gained from you, started taking those bricks down one by one. And dang, man, yeah, that's beautiful. That's beautiful. Where'd you propose at?
Hatcher Gardens.
Nice.
Nice. Smith Lee, bruh. Gotta love him.
Oh man.
And at the Marriott.
Yeah.
It was like right when it opened, I think. It was like kinda a couple
So
months out.
it was still fairly new.
Yeah. So yeah, he said, I want you to take pictures with me. So I had to find something to wear. I had to do my hair.
You get nails done?
No, I didn't have my nails done. That's the only thing I did not have done was my nails. But I had twisted my hair, and let me tell you, them kinky twists was on point. You hear me? So yeah, and then like I didn't know he pulled the ring out the trunk. I was like, what's taking him so long to come open up this door so I can get out the car? And then, see, I should have known something was up because right before he proposed, I seen my best friend and her husband walking down the street. I said, what they doing here?
Shout out to Jamie and Michelle.
I was like, why is they here? And then he got down on, no, Lee told him to get down on one knee. And I still wasn't thinking about it. I was like,
She never caught on.
She didn't at all.
and then he pulled it out his pocket and he opened it up and I looked.
Y'all, she walked off.
I walked away from him.
She left me on my knee. I mean, she walked clear.
Shocked, amazed.
And Jamie, his goofy said, like, look, is you gonna give the man an answer?
No, he said that after the fact because you had came over there where I was and I still didn't say nothing.
Ain't said a word.
And I was like, oh my God.
Just left me hanging. I got her now though.
Bag of tagger, baby. All right, so let's fast forward to your wedding. All right, was there anything that unexpectedly happened at your wedding? Now, give a disclaimer here. No one ever knows these stories because usually when they happen, only the planner, the bride and the groom, and maybe the best man or maid of honor know these things. Oh, go ahead.
You said the day of, or you
Like the day of the wedding, did anything unexpected happen?
No.
No.
Leading up to the wedding?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Let's talk about
That's
that. These stories are epic. Go ahead.
I mean, because we were engaged in September of 2013, married in May 2014. So that's
Y'all was fast. That was fixed.
about 8 months.
he decided that, not me. I was like,
I
let's
did.
wait a year.
Some folk tried.
And pastor said, why you want to wait that long? I said, I don't know.
It be your pastors that talk you out of it.
I was like, I don't know. I just wanted to wait for a year, you know.
So, from literally her car, like almost a month or
That
two.
was crazy.
No. So September, it was January. So it was January 2014. So we about 4 or 5 months before the wedding. Her car literally just.
I was on the way to pick up. I think I was on the way to pick up Damari from school, and my car just died, like cut off on me over there by Towns. You know, the light you go through the Family Dollar. So it just died on me. It went crank up or nothing, and it was like I think it was the water.
Time built in the water pump just gave out, and at the time, for us to fix it, it was gonna really cut into our wedding budget.
It did.
And yeah, so that was one thing. We started having our friends. Some of our friends at the time was really cutting up. I mean, and it wasn't so much on my side. She was getting a lot of heat from some of her friends at the time. As I said at the time, no disrespect to anybody, but seasons change.
Yeah. Sometimes people don't want to accept that. Like, you know, like when you single, you do a lot of stuff. And I see this a lot. I'm not just talking about my story in general. Like, I see a lot of people, they hang out with their friends, they go out. I was going out, and then it was getting old to me, and I stopped. And then after I stopped going, that's when I got proposed to. So, people don't realize, like, it's certain things that you want in life, and when it comes, they expect you to still do the old stuff that you used to do.
Oh no!
So that was a big conflict. And I was hurt. I got hurt because it was like people that was close to me that was doing crazy stuff.
Yeah.
Like I remember me being in the bathroom crying in the floor. Yeah, it was. Yeah.
Yeah, so like leading up to it, we really saw it was gonna be some changes. We can't we can't depend on other people. It's gonna be us. Of course, our pastor and our church family. I think leading up to the marriage and leading up to the wedding, and then afterwards, our whole circle of friends literally shifted in like that first year.
Mm-hmm.
We saw people just. It's like God literally just said, "Nope."
Oh, he'll do that, man.
Let's get them out the way. And really, like I say, like that first year with that separation, it's like it brought us. It really helped us to lay a really, really good foundation.
Mm-hmm.
And we learned a lot in that first year. So like even now, excuse me. So like even now, even when new people try to come to us, like we talk. We ask like, what you think about this person? What do you think about this? What do you think about how they handle this situation? Like it really helped us grow in our communication in that first year, just from what we had to go through and all that separation.
Mm-hmm.
I understand that, man. It's just you're walking into a different season.
Mm-hmm.
Some leaves gotta fall off the tree. Yeah, I understand that. Trust me. Well, let's look at your wedding day. Well, if you could pick one moment, one special part of your wedding that stood out the most for you, what would it be?
You talking about the ceremony?
Anything. It could be ceremony, reception, day of, but before I even got to.
I was nervous. I was so scared. Like I was like, oh God, this really about to happen. I was scared. Then my sister took my phone, so I really like. They was like, she don't need her phone because they was saying don't nobody need to call or text her, which people still was trying to call and text my phone, but I wanted my phone because I was really wanting to text him and talk to him. You know what I'm saying? But I couldn't. So it was like I was nervous. And go back because you asked what something happened that we didn't expect. You remember when Shell came in and she was like, don't panic.
We popped up.
They went to the wrong place. And I was like, oh, I'm okay.
Yeah.
It happens, boy.
Because Jamie came in with me. He like, look, bro. No, he didn't. Because Pop had called me. Pop called and said, look, we went to the wrong one, but we on the way. I said, Pop, you good? For me, I was actually kind of cool. But I think one of the major things that did stick out to me, because a month before we got married, that's when my daddy got sick and went to the hospital. And like I had my whole life, I had never seen my dad sick, none of that. And we honestly thought we didn't know what was going on. We actually thought he was gonna leave and be gone. So for me to have him there, him and my mom, both of them was there. That stood out to me. And then kind of thinking back on it too, that really stood out. I was glad to have him there because that was just a whole whirlwind. We just didn't know what was going to happen. And then I think Pop singing.
Yeah,
he did. Israel Newbury. You won my affection.
Well, it's crazy because I told Maurice when I heard it, I said, "Ooh, I can hear Pastor singing this song." So, yeah.
Oh, good y'all, man. So looking back on some of the expectations you had before your marriage, when you're actually married, were there any unrealistic expectations that you had, like perception wise, you had going into marriage that changed once you got married?
I think for me, honestly, I don't think so. And the reason I say that is going into it, because of premarital counseling with Pop and Lady, like they helped us lay such a great foundation to not have these expectations. and like they really helped us, lay out the groundwork. Also, not only them, at the time, Pastor Isaac and Miss Jackie, they also did a couple of sessions with us as well. So I'm gonna shout out Pastor Isaac, Miss Jimsy, that's Pop's older brother. They were part of our ministry at the time. They did a couple of sessions of our premarital. Like they helped us lay such a foundation, and like they even let us know. Like sometimes you go into it, people think when you get married, and let's just keep it real. They think you get married, it's gonna be sex every day of the week. It's gonna be however you want it. And they let us know, look, reality is gonna set in. Look, y'all got kids, y'all working, y'all need. Let's just be honest. It's not gonna be like that all the time. So I think for us, well, let me say for me, I'm gonna let my wife speak. Because of that good foundation, that strong foundation that we had with our leaders, I can't really say I had any unrealistic expectation that were.
You had more healthy expectation.
Yeah. So.
I'll say no for me because, like he said, we did do premarital, and I think the reason why I didn't have unreasonable expectations because like I said, we talked about being married, so he knew what I expected, and I knew what he expected already before we even went down that road. So it's a no.
Communication.
That's
communication, folks. It helps alleviate unrealistic expectations. Helps you set healthy expectations.
Yep.
So remember that communication is key to a relationship. It is a lifeblood.
And we're still growing in communication. Because even Pop is always he did. I remember he did a men session in Charlotte one time, and me and some of the men rode up there with him. He talked about how the men go into a cave, especially like after my dad passed. I don't know if you're gonna ask a question about that, but like after my dad passed, I went to like a strong, real bad cave season where I wouldn't say too much.
We shut down mode.
Yeah. So. And I kind of had to relearn a little bit how to come out, how to talk, and get all that out. And then like over the years, just okay, I can't say stuff this way, can't say stuff that way, and like I had to learn like she needs to hear what I'm thinking when she asks me a question. Sometimes I gotta let her know like, babe, give me a minute to get my words together.
Yes.
Or give me a little bit to get all my thoughts together, and then let's revisit the conversation. So, like I think we're still growing in the area of communication.
No, it's great that you do that though, because one thing that you don't want to do is you don't want to say something from when the question is broad, depending on where you're at mentally, you don't want to say the wrong thing.
Yeah.
Because then you're having to after something is said, you can't take it away.
Yep.
You just kind of got to try to alleviate it. And then you do more work on the back end. So it's like, sometimes it's okay to really just pause, get yourself together, and then respond.
Yeah.
Understand that, folks. I've learned this, still learning it. My wife is learning it as well. It's how we say things and what our perception is of a thing. Make sure that you're in a good headspace mentally before you respond, because once it's said, it's out there.
Yep.
Yeah, because I remember me telling him, like, okay, so you kind of getting mean now, so.
Yeah.
And I didn't say it like, oh, no, you ain't going to be talking to me like that, because, you have to be mindful of how you speaking to your spouse when they going through something, because they could take it as you lashing out, or you know what I'm saying? So I had to tell him, like, yeah, you been a little bit mean, so. I had to let him know, but I also had the understanding of why what he was going through. He lost his dad, so I'm give a shout out to Pastor and Lady too, because had I not joined their church, that
like I would encourage everybody that's watching. I would definitely encourage you, if you're not plugged into a local community, a local church. I mean, shameless plug. You know, we did a two-part episode last season on Where Do I Belong. You know, go back and listen to that if you're looking for a church.
Please do.
Shameless plug, but I would definitely recommend, you know, get yourself plugged into a local church with leaders that, you know, they really have your best interest at heart. They gonna shoot it to you straight. You know, I'm being honest. If it was not for Pop and Lady being in our lives like the way they were, like we might not be where we're at today. Not to say that, you know, we'll be on the brink of divorce or anything like that, but the tools and the teaching that they've given us, it has helped us so much. Like I remember, you know, we try our best to at least have a sit down with them as a married couple at least once a year, just kind of do like a little maintenance check. And like with Pop and Lady, they have a strong open door policy. So like if you need anything, you need to talk to them. Like they're not gonna shun you or turn you away or nothing like that. I remember at one session they asked us like, why y'all don't, you know, y'all can come to us. I said, you know, one thing I told Pop, I said, Pop, before trust me, we respect your open door policy. We know we can come to you, but one of the things we're gonna do, we try to take what y'all teach us and apply it the best that we can. And then if we hit a roadblock, we coming. And like, I can't speak for everybody, but for us, the words that they say to us, of course, you know, we go back, we study what they say. We got our notes. We going over what, you know, the teaching that they give us. We going back over them, trying to apply them, and that's what we do first. And then if we got a question, that's when we go to them. But we try to really take their wisdom, what they're teaching on Sundays, what they're teaching us in POA, what they're teaching us, you know, in our message board that we have for church. Just those little nuggets. We try to take those and apply them. And then we go to them if we hit a stumbling block or something like that. And if it's their teaching, their leadership, their wisdom, it has helped us so much.
Yeah, just speaking like my background, I was listen, look if you buck, that was me.
All day.
You did something to me and I ain't do nothing to you. I'm turning up on you, pulling up. I used to be that chick, so that's why I said I am. Listen, when I joined, I was like, okay, he a little bit rowdy. So like, just by me being in the atmosphere, listening to his preaching, his teaching, even like watching Lady, like how she carried herself, just by them letting God use them, like, and they love people genuinely, like it really helped me transform to how I am today, because I feel like had I not joined a church or we tried to go into marriage, we probably would have got a divorce because of my mindset where I was. Like I was, if you said the wrong thing to me, I would just go off. Seriously, like I would pop off. And so yeah, like I'm really grateful for our leaders, because people don't really know my background like that because I don't talk. So I'm the type of person that sit back and I just watch and listen to everybody else. Like I'm not I'm careful about people knowing my background, because I don't want people taking stuff and nitpicking. You know what I'm saying? You know how some people do. I ain't saying everybody do that, but I was that chick. So had I not really took it serious as me, like, even just like me developing my relationship with God, like they helped me with that too. So I'm not gonna give them all the credit, because you know they preach and they teach and they hear from God. So it was up to me to get my relationship right with God too. So like I'm just grateful for them. Still grateful, because I still be like, wow. I just look back sometimes and I be like, wow, I came a long way.
I know you gotta get back to some more of your questions too.
You good, man. Y'all good. Y'all give me. Hey.
I remember us going into our marriage. And I don't want, because you know this is her testimony, so whenever she feels comfortable telling the full thing, but like she had already given me kind of insight into, you know, she didn't really come from a what we would call a healthy home. So you know, I had to make sure us going into it that I did my part. That we set the kind of atmosphere that we intended to have for our children, for our future children. I was like, she's seen verbal abuse. She was verbally abused from her past relationship. She's seen physical abuse, and I said I made a vow. I said, God, I'm not gonna put her through that same thing. And me being a husband, Scripture gives us commands. Husbands, love your wives as Christ loved the church. So I had to make sure that me, as I step into this role of a husband, that I'm protecting her mentally, I'm protecting her physically, I'm protecting her emotionally. I'm making sure I took those necessary steps to not, make sure I protect her and not put her in those same situations that she came out of. So, yeah.
Redefine the standard, buddy.
Yeah.
Redefine the standard. Marriage is something that needs to be continuously nurtured and allowed to grow. So what are some things that you guys do to keep your marriage growing?
# pillow talk. We talk. When I say we talk about everything, we talk, and there's no filter.
It's a roast session that goes on. I know it. I know it.
I rant sometimes, and he just be listening.
It's absolutely no filter. Like when I say we talk about everything, even sometimes those hard conversations, I'm like, okay, babe, give me a minute before we can go into this. Now, sometimes she like, nah, we need to talk about this right now. I'm like, oh, okay, baby, I can't. I'm gonna hear what you got to say, but I'm just letting you know up front. I'm gonna let me hear, then let me process, and then let me get back to you. It don't always go down, but definitely, like, we talk. Okay, whether y'all want to admit it or not, when you got friends, y'all got issues, you tell your friends don't say nothing. If they got a husband or a wife, they gonna say something to their husband or wife.
That's mandatory.
So I'm just letting you know.
Don't let your friends tell you, well, you can't tell your husband this, and then you that mean you gonna give yourself permission to start keeping secrets.
Yeah, it is.
So every time somebody tell me something, I'll try not to give him like
real intimate details. No,
I don't do that, but I do let him know what's going on. Like, don't listen to people when they say, well, I'm gonna tell you this, but you can't tell your husband, and then you entertaining the fact that, oh, well, I can't tell my husband, and then you gonna not tell your husband where you at. Then you're not gonna tell your husband who you seen or who. Or somebody calling your husband or your wife and be like, oh, I seen her talking to this man or woman, and then you like, I don't know what they talking about. So you have to watch what you entertain, because I'm not gonna not tell him stuff. Like, don't ask me to do that.
Yeah, so definitely pillow talk. Okay, the date night has not been as consistent as we wanted to. But we definitely try to hit up date night. Overall, we try to. I think we try to steal those moments. Like, look, kids, y'all go into your room. Don't even text us if y'all need something. The door is locked. Leave us alone. But you got.
I mean, you said everything. Of course, communication. We talk to each other. Sometimes he get tired of me, but I be texting him while he be working and calling him, be on FaceTime. But
my wife does the same thing.
So yeah, but definitely, I like with the communication. That's why I say hashtag pillow talk. That. I just had an idea. Okay, I'm gonna hold it to after we shoot. But yeah, I think that
Patreon.
You know what I'm saying?
I know what you're saying. We in there. We in there.
So yeah, that's how we know us nurturing that. Like literally us talking about everything. It helps us keep that even when we can't get to the date nights, even when we can't go out like we want to. We still have that communication. We try to steal away for that time, even if it's just us going to the store, without the kids.
Yeah,
we always try to. Like,
we do a lot of that. Like we would. We're going to pick this food up. We be right back.
Like because our kids they older, so they they can stay stay home for a little bit. Nobody.
That is not my story.
Yeah, it's all in due time, brother.
All in due time. All in due time. But I guess that kind of helps with the next question. How do you keep your romance and fun? How do you keep yourself romanced, fun in your marriage?
Yeah, keep that thing spontaneous too.
That's
Listen, spontaneity.
Let's keep it raw and uncut. So we coming up on 7 years.
How raw and uncut you trying to go?
Not like that now.
Oh.
You know better than that. So at the beginning we was good with the romance and stuff, and I think since we at 6 years and we had a lot, I ain't say we had a lot going on between our marriage, but stuff happens when you get married. You can't stop stuff from happening. So
Life happens.
Mm-hmm.
We just had a conversation about a couple months ago, and I was like, so yeah, what you think going on with our marriage right now? Because we weren't doing date nights.
Good questions. That's a good question.
I mostly work long hours sometimes, and the kids have to do stuff, and we had church. And I mean, we was hanging out with our friends. I love hanging out with my friends, but I was like, when we gonna have our time?
Mm-hmm.
So we had to have that conversation, like, yeah, what we gonna do to fix it?
Let me tell y'all, man. So I know this ain't about me, but I'm gonna throw mine in there. I know the dynamic that I am in right now is very difficult. But I applaud y'all because communicating is the one thing that alleviates a lot of that. Is because I work straight weekends.
Yep.
My wife's a basketball coach. I do 2 podcasts during the week, and then we have a 2-year-old, and my wife's pregnant. So date nights, we haven't had a date night in a while, a long time. So like, me and my wife discuss. We do talk about that. But anytime that we are off together, we try to.
Listen, Pop, he said something. I think it either is in the message board or he said it recently on that Valentine challenge everybody doing. He like something about dating night. He's like, look, we at the point now we just get it where we can.
That's it, man. I feel so old. I feel so old, man. Cause me and my wife are literally like an old couple, like literally.
No comment.
It's like, dude, no, because literally it's like when we can get some sleep, like, dog, that's that, yo, like we were for our anniversary, we went to Charlotte. We ate, slept. That's it.
I mean, you gotta get your rest.
It's hard with a rambunctious 2-year-old who is smart as a whip.
Yeah, they coming out smarter and smarter.
Oh my gosh, I mean, Cameron's gonna come out holding a tablet. I already know it.
Oh my god.
So anyway, if you could, what song, movie, or book would be most likely like your relationship? If you could pick a movie, a book, or a song that epitomizes your relationship, what would it be?
I'm sorry. And
Go ahead.
when you said that, you said song or movie, right?
Or a
so
book.
I'm a fan of Twilight. So for some reason, Twilight popped in my head. But I mean,
I don't know none of the characters on Twilight. So
Oh, come on now.
Edward, Jacob,
Bella.
I just watched a little snippets when you and Nari be watching. I've never watched a whole movie all the way through.
I know we're not vampires, but that love story was pretty.
It was really good.
Yeah, it was really good.
Yeah, that's a good love story.
And then you can. I ain't gonna say 50 Shades of Grey. I'm not gonna say that.
Well,
well then.
But
yeah.
Twilight popped in my head, like. But other than, I don't know.
If I had to do a song, I think our songs have changed throughout as because when we first started, like for years, our song was Music Soul Child, So Beautiful. Like that was our jam. But I think right now though, that John Legend. What is it? You Move, I Move.
Yeah, with Janaeko.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's been our jam right
That's
now.
a good song.
Yes, I love
So I
that
think
song.
that defines us right now.
Got you.
Yeah.
All right. So, dream vacation. If there's anywhere that you could go together, where would it be?
Bora Bora.
Boom. I knew that was coming.
Yep. I was gonna let her take that one. I already knew. As long as we got a beach and some water, I'm good.
It's gotta be that. Oh, look, man. Oh. Yeah, look. I'm booking a Cancun trip next year. We're gonna drop Cameron and Carter off somewhere.
Cancun gonna bless you.
Look,
Bless you.
somebody, please take my sons.
No
For a week.
No offense to whatever resort y'all have chosen, but bro, I'm gonna suggest get you an adult only resort.
Oh, definitely.
All
Definitely.
Adults, no
Definitely.
children running around crying.
No offense to anybody. That's what you choose.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Next time we going adult only.
Adult only.
Free beverages.
I don't want to see no kids nowhere.
I don't want to either. That's why I get rid of mine.
I don't want to hear no babies crying while I'm trying to eat. I don't want to hear that.
Bottomless mimosas. Let's go.
I love my kids, but no.
All right. What piece of advice would you get? Seeing where you guys are right now, if there was a piece of advice that you could give your just married self, what would it be?
Our just married self. So this is May 25th.
Yep.
2014.
Yep. If you can go in a time machine and go back right now to that very moment and talk to yourself.
I'm gonna go. Why don't waste your time on people who don't value your worth?
Wow. It's a mouthful right there.
I don't know if I can.
In so few words.
I don't know if I can come behind that one.
That's pretty point.
That's
right?
about in line with what I was gonna say.
Yeah. Do not.
Look, if they don't value where you're headed,
because your circle you should be able to help them grow, and they should be able to help you grow. And like literally the way things were separated, and at the time, even though Jamie and Michelle, they were in our wedding, and they've always been tight and family for us. But I think when we first got married, just because their schedule, our schedule, we never could really get back with them like we are now. But like now,
and they understood y'all freshly married, so we'll get together when the time is right. And I was friends with Shell before I met him.
Yep.
So that's over 10 plus years of friendship. And like I said, she seen me go through a whole lot. She seen me have babies and all that. So she understood we couldn't hang out because we was trying to, not saying make our marriage work, but you have to get adjusted.
Yeah.
So they understood, but we linked up when we could, and they understood too because they had been there.
Yeah.
Got you. Best piece of relationship advice you were given, and who was it from?
Pop. He said from the very jump. I said on our last episode, the very first premarital counseling session we had, he said, "Be with somebody you can change with, because change is the most consistent thing in marriage." When he said that literally, that set the tone for me, and I was like, okay, that was it.
Relationship advice. I don't know.
From anybody that before you got married, well, while y'all in the process of getting married.
I did have, like I said, say Shell again, because she did have to get on me sometimes when I was rearing to the wrong side. I wanted to rebel.
Got to reel you back in.
She was like, "Nah, tell me, you say you want to get married, but you can't be acting like that." She really would get me back on track. So, I mean, I can't think what she actually said to me, but yeah, she got me together sometimes.
You need friends like that. We said that in the last episode.
Mm-hmm.
You need friends like that.
You do.
You do. All right. So seeing that, you're two different people coming from two different backgrounds, Family dynamics are different. Traditions around the holidays or anything. What traditions did you bring into your marriage that you still utilize today?
I didn't really bring any.
Yeah, because he didn't celebrate birthdays, Christmas, Valentine's Day. He didn't do none of that. Well, when I
Gotcha.
grew up, my mama, even if we didn't have a birthday party, she would bake us a cake or something. Christmas, we always decorated. We always had gifts. So he had to get adjusted to that because I was like, look, we getting a Christmas tree, and now I have
Several.
3, 4.
Yeah.
And
4
honestly,
Christmas trees.
I look forward to Christmas now.
Yes, he does. He told me this past Christmas that he actually likes the decorations and stuff. So that was the first. I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
It took him a long time, but yeah, and like I have to fuss at him for his birthday because he always tell me as long as I wake up, I'm good. And I was like, no.
We had a conversation about that.
Yeah, like I want to celebrate you. Like
I'm gonna do better this year, y'all. I promise.
Oh, he is.
what you want for Father's Day?
Why you gonna put me on the spot like that?
Exactly, my
We got time. It's June. That's in June.
That's in June. We got to get through the anniversary, Mother's Day, the anniversary.
Because you never know. That's why I asked.
Yeah, because my wife's birthday is right before Mother's Day.
Ooh. And you complain. Like, he be complaining. He be like,
Babe, your birthday was Friday. Valentine's Day was yesterday. Yesterday.
and then he was like, then you got Mother's Day. Then you will. And I don't take one gift for both days. There's 2 separate days.
Y'all see my face, right?
Hey, that's what we signed up for, bro. All right, so what traditions have you guys started together?
So she cooks on Christmas. I help well.
No. Not all the time. Not all the time. You'll help me cut up greens and
I do. I handle the desserts now.
yeah.
I'll start doing that. Us and the kids. Okay, so Christmas Eve, we gotta do cookies, and we gotta watch Christmas movies on Christmas Eve.
We still trying to get him to wear a onesie. He will not do it.
Sorry,
Oh, I ain't doing that.
sorry.
She tried.
Sorry, I'm just not doing. I'm not doing the onesies, y'all. I'm sorry.
He won't do it.
Maybe if y'all pray hard enough, maybe the Lord will change my heart.
Look, we did matching shirts and bottoms.
I can do that.
See, that's fine. We're not, man. We don't want to wear no onesie.
Well, the kids asked him to do it. So
Oh, the kids asked you?
yes,
Oh,
and he
you're-
would not do
You're
it.
terrible. No, I'm just kidding. I'm on your side. No, but no, that's that. Nah, man. Our wives are gonna force us to do that at least once. So Christmas time, look out for the pictures and onesies. What is the best way to show appreciation to your spouse, in your opinion? And this doesn't have to be like a set answer between the both of y'all. It's all perception. How you feel.
Main thing with her, I think her love language is definitely quality time.
Mm-hmm.
So, me giving her that time, and I've gotten better now. I started try to do flowers about every other week or just whenever I feel like it. So, I bring her flowers. Just I'm let her know I'm thinking about her. Her main thing though is me, setting time aside. Like, so she's talking about a few minutes ago, our most recent hard conversation. One of the things I suggested and that I've started implementing. So like when we go upstairs for the night, my phone is on Do Not Disturb. It's on the charger and it's turned face down. Tablet is turned face down, and she has literally all of my attention because for a little while. Because we got started with the podcast, and I'm doing other stuff. And I was all in my phone, all in everything. So all on my phone, reading a book on my tablet. It's the password. It's the main password. Lord.
I didn't hear what you said. Sorry.
So Yeah, I was always distracted, so I tried to make a decision. Okay, so that you have my undivided attention, my phone, all of my distractions. I'm putting them out the way, and it's just me and you. So that's one thing I started trying to do. Really implement that, so that she has my undivided attention. I haven't perfected it, but I am getting better.
But you're working towards
Yeah.
it. So that's all that matters, man. What about you? Did you already give me an answer? No?
What was the question again?
Oh, best way to show appreciation to your spouse.
So he used to get on me because he used to do things for me, and I would never say like thank you. So I try to make sure I say thank you when he does stuff for me. He likes when I rub his head and stuff. So
Especially when she won't let me grow my hair back out,
no,
but she finally agreed to let me do it in the fall. Cause I had my hair somewhat, but like wait a minute, I'm pointing at the wall.
It was taller.
Yeah,
Than
it was taller than this, but it was something like that.
way taller than this.
It was too much.
It was curling. She rubbed my curls.
His number one love language is physical touch. So today I was playing his beard. You know, I try to do things that makes him happy.
You know, Case and Foxy Brown had a song called "Touch Me, Tease Me." Listen,
Touch me, tease me.
listen.
You just doing me like this right now?
Yeah. You better go ahead and say the other song I was thinking about.
Oh, he not.
Oh Lord.
Keep PG.
Yeah, but
You know, Saints. You know, you can't.
On air.
you
Keep it
just
peace.
cut me off.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
But yeah,
Save for the picture.
I mean, what's some other stuff I do? I mean, I text and be like, I know we was on POA for Bible study Wednesday, and he was sitting there. I said, you know what, you so fine.
Listen,
Words of affirmation.
that's my other love
There it
language.
is. See?
So I try to do things that I know that he love, like so.
Was you
To let
blushing?
him know I
You
appreciate
was
it.
blushing, wasn't you?
No, he doesn't blush.
Oh, he blushes.
I just smile hard like my daddy.
Oh, he's blushing. That's blush. You ain't gotta have a pinkish tint going on. This is the cheese.
I just show all my teeth like my daddy do.
Oh man, miss that guy, man.
Yeah, man.
What boundaries should couples set for their marriage?
Be careful who you tell your personal business to. Even if you have friends, like you have to have discernment on what you can tell them and what you can't tell them.
Yeah.
Because some people will take what you're saying about your spouse and they will go back and tell other people.
Yep.
Your family members can be included in it too. Like Pastor told us one time, I think he said that be careful what you say to your family members because you'll got over what your spouse have done, but they'll still hold on to it.
That also, both of you have to be accountable to each other. One of the things that is kind of a pet peeve, I hate hearing it. Sometimes she'll tell me about some conversation she's had with some of her single friends, and they be like, "You gotta tell, Maurice ain't gonna let you do this, he ain't gonna let you do that." And I'm saying like, first of all, I'm not her daddy, and I don't have her on lockdown like that. First of all, let's go ahead and get that straight.
Bring your eyebrow down.
Nah, cause we're gonna get this out here now.
Oh my God.
Because here is the thing: if you're not gonna be accountable to your spouse, what's the point of you going in the covenant? If you throw that ball at me, I promise you. Because covenant is a binding agreement between two parties.
Yeah.
Say it again.
It's a binding agreement between two parties. I'm accountable to her and she's accountable to me. So with our relationship, if either one of us going somewhere, we let each other know.
Yep.
If and truth be told, between the both of us, I'm a little bit more of a homebody than she is. Because her and her girls want to go out. Bye. I'm about to be right at home watching the game.
Facts.
That's me. But we just are accountable like that. Like now she's the hairstylist for Shauna Marie. Shout out to Shauna Marie at Evolve with Shauna Marie. Y'all go check her out on Wednesdays on Dominion TV at 8:30.
Shout out.
And please y'all tag her down here in the comments so she can get
plug.
that.
Shameless
No, I'm saying we gonna plug it if you got it. No, she's the hairstylist. So when they do the taping, when she gets to the facility when they're doing the taping, she texts me like, "Hey, I made it. I'm good. Cool." If sometimes I go with Jamie and his band when we're traveling out of town. I let her know, "Hey, we on the road. Hey, we done got here." We just are accountable to each other. It's not that we're controlling. It's just we're accountable. That's part of marriage. That's a part of being in covenant with each other. So if you're not willing to be accountable, marriage is not going to be for you. I'm just sorry.
Singles.
And you can't go into marriage and be like, well, I don't got to tell him what I'm doing. No, you do. You can't just be like, I hear I willy-nilly like you still single.
Sorry, that's because
That don't work.
in Ephesians 5 it says submit one to another. That's the Bible.
The Bible.
It says husbands love your wives as Christ loved the church. It also says wives submit to your husbands. I always say it like this: she submits to my leadership, but I submit to her input.
Go ahead, man. Go ahead.
So I don't, I don't make major decisions without consulting her. I don't go anywhere without letting her know where I'm going. If I meet somebody new, like, hey, babe, I submit this person. Maybe one day y'all get to meet or whatnot. Let me know what you think. That's what this go back to communication. That's what we're all about. That's what covenant is about. So if you're not gonna be accountable, I'm sorry. Marriage might not be for you, or you need to go back and reconsider, or you need to go back and ask God, what is it in me that's gonna keep me from being accountable to somebody else? Because maybe, Pop talked about this yesterday. Do you have any bitter roots in you that's gonna cause you to not want to submit or not want to be accountable to somebody else? Is there something in you that's causing you to be that way? That's something you need to evaluate before you say I do.
Yep. Just like I was saying, how I felt about doing marriage counseling before I got proposed to. Like, I was thinking like, oh, okay, well, like I said, I'm not investing my time into another relationship, and I'm not gonna get nothing out of it. And it was wrong of me to be thinking like that because he not the same guy that I was dating. So you have to be careful about just bringing your old baggage into your new relationship, because you could be missing out on your husband potentially. Like, you can't do stuff like that.
All right. I mean, yeah. All right. So my last question: what's your number one piece of advice for a successful marriage?
You want to go first, boo?
I'm thinking.
You said number one piece of advice?
Number one piece of advice.
Lord, I had like three on top of my head. Okay,
so you can give all three. It's kind of me.
All right. Number one, marriage is God's idea. So if God is not the center of it, you're probably not going to work. Okay. 1A, so probably underneath that, he's got to be at the center, but both of you individually have to have your own relationship with God first. Because we talked about it, I think, on the first episode we did of February for this whole love series. Your relationship with God has to be the priority. Your wife or your husband cannot fill a void that God is meant to fill. So that's that. The other thing I would say to have a successful marriage, and we talked about it a little bit earlier, you need to get plugged into a church. And you need to be under leaders that are going to you need to be under leaders that can speak into your marriage, but also that can speak into both of you individually. Because your marriage has a journey to go to, but both of you individually still have a journey that you have to walk out as well. So you need to be up under leaders that can speak into your marriage as a whole and be able to speak into you both individually. And then for another successful marriage, to have success, definitely talk. I mean, communicate about everything. Have no filters. I mean, let it be. If you can't talk to anybody else, you need to be able to talk to your spouse. And even with that, if it's a hard conversation that you got to have, if you need to go and talk to a trusted source, your pastor or a very, very close friend that's going to look straight down the middle like, okay, you might want to consider this before you go talk to her or him about this, and then go from there. But definitely, you got to communicate. And if there's going to be an issue, with your communication, or you say, I don't know if I can tell them this, you're going to have to go back and evaluate. You got to look at yourself, reassess yourself. You may even have to ask yourself, if I can't talk to this person about any and everything, am I marrying the right person? I mean, that's a hard truth I have to say, but you should be able to talk to I believe you should be able to talk to your spouse about any and everything.
Shoot, marriage is hard enough as it is.
Yeah. That's why I say hashtag pillow talk. Okay, I'm gonna leave it there. I have some more, but
I would say invest in your marriage. Like he said, y'all can go to counseling together, go to conferences, just invest in it. Take trips, do date nights, invest in it. Because, if you don't invest in it or you don't sit down and you don't talk about it, then that leads to the D word, divorce. A lot of people consider divorce before they even try to work stuff out.
Yeah,
that's true.
So just invest in it, it's work. Just like you go to work and you punch in the time clock, you have to punch in your marriage. And
marriage is work.
Yeah, have them conversations, even if it hurt. I mean, not saying that you would say words to hurt your spouse, but sometimes you have to say what you feeling so it'll get out and y'all can talk about it. Not being disrespectful, just talk, communicate. Just like my husband said, communicate. I think communication is the number one thing in a marriage that you need to really focus on, communication. Because some people they'll think, oh, well, they feeling this way, but they're not communicating how they really feeling. So just communicate, invest in your marriage.
Yeah.
I mean, to get the rose, you gotta hit some thorns. I mean, the thorns at the root.
I ain't never heard that.
Yeah, hey, I'm an encyclopedia full of useless information. And some words of wisdom.
Okay, so I go.
Go ahead.
Because we're going to.
Go ahead, man.
Because of next week's topic.
Yes.
To the saints. Should I really say this?
Bro, this is our platform. We can say whatever we want.
So, all I'm going to say, one of the top things of divorce in the church is money and then being in a sexless marriage.
Intimacy.
We're going to talk about it on the next episode.
Families 3.
Yeah, we're going to talk about it on the next episode. Listen. Make sure you do everything you got to do. Communicate. Do all that, but let me keep it so the mothers don't get mad. Y'all need to be in there worshiping.
Worship.
Okay.
The bedroom.
I'm just saying.
Shall not be defiled.
I'm just saying. It'll keep you.
It'll keep you.
If you want to be kept.
If you want to be kept. Do you want to be kept?
Nah. We talked about it on the last one. I mean, y'all grown. Y'all do what you want to do. It's meant for covenant. Yeah, we messed up before we got in there.
It was.
We all have
we
fallen
didn't talk
short.
about that
Yeah,
part.
the glory of the Lord.
we didn't go to that part, but,
Yeah.
but listen,
It was hard. It was a struggle.
That's nothing we gonna talk on here. That's if y'all don't. That's something y'all talk about.
you know, but the Song of Solomon, it does say, "Don't awaken love before it's time."
Ooh.
Don't. It's,
So-
it's therefore. I'm telling y'all, the Bible is strategic.
Listen,
It ain't just there by happenstance. It's there for a reason.
but if you ain't covenant,
If you in covenant, open
open the floodgates
of heaven.
and let it rain.
Maurice.
What time is it? That's probably why.
We're wrapping it up. We're wrapping it up.
That's probably why.
But guys, man, I have enjoyed doing
Okay.
this with you guys.
Do you want me to cut that part out?
No, leave it. This is our platform. But I appreciate you
man.
you two sitting down, being transparent as much as possible, having this dialogue, give the viewers a little insight on who you guys are as a married couple and as individuals. And I'm just here to maneuver through the conversation.
Hey,
So guys, can't wait for the next week's episode
yes.
about intimacy. Yes. Yes.
Oh,
yes,
we're gonna. In the words of Kev on stage, we're gonna talk about it.
Huh, we're gonna talk about it. We're gonna talk about it because the saints, we gotta talk about it. Because if we don't talk about it, the world gonna talk about it, and they gonna pervert what God has ordained to be beautiful. But anyway, this has been another episode of High Definition Podcast. I'm Torez.
I'm Maurice, and remember,
to live life by the highest definition.
hey.